television. I am Tyson. It's great to be back on the show again. Of course, I'm not riding solo on tonight's show. I've got Austin Okon Akman as well. Is going to be on this trip with me. Austin, looking good and ready to go.
For the greetings to you, Ty. I'm pumped up for the show tonight. It's good to be doing this with you and our viewers from different parts of the world. Big night in the UEFA Champions League. I'm sure you know that negotiation between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is also up. So much to talk about on the show tonight.
Indeed, and I'm not riding solo in the studio as well. That's because Kende Idris as well is going to join us on this segment of the show. Kende, what's up, man? Come on.
I'm okay. Terry, it's always nice spending time, and Austin ever swinging in, you know, and you said always looking good. Very sharp, very sharp.
Very sharp indeed.
And you know, I've seen the rundown.
Right.
It's pretty exciting to rip into so many of these issues.
Indeed, we can't wait to get started. Without further ado, let's just dive straight into what went down earlier today in Ogun State, Abeokuta to be precise, where the accolades are still pouring in for Tobi Amusan.
That's right. What a story, you know, Tayo. I said, look, 2022 is the year of Tobi, you know? Like, how else do you want to describe this year for her? And then she has met the president, received the national award. Now she's gone to Ogun State. Well, I'm sure they're so proud. She visited her alma mater. They had a guard of honor for her. This is what it means to win, and I'm sure this will motivate her to keep winning. I love the fact that we're beginning to see that when people do so well, it goes even beyond giving them monetary rewards, but just appreciate them, make them feel loved, you know, let them know that you're so proud of them and what they're doing, and I'm sure that will make them keep the momentum going.
You're spot on, Austin. Kenny, what can you say about the reception she received at the Ogun State government house this evening?
Massive, massive. One of the things I've always had issues with is how do we celebrate our heroes? Heroines, you know, in the case of Tobi, how do we celebrate our stars? How do we celebrate those who had broken, the mark, who had put Nigeria in, the right place, talking about good places in history, not for all the wrong reasons. How do we make them feel like they are so respected and very much appreciated? And I think this is one of it. This is, firstly, she went back to her secondary school in Ijebu-Ode right there, and Tayo, a guard of honor from the gate, straight to the point where she sat. She was so happy. She was jumping. She was looking at each and every one of these girls and going back to the time that she was one of them. And today, she's getting a guard of honor from all of these girls that she's looking at as stars tomorrow. And she's so happy. One of the ways, so many times we go about, we'll give you 10 million, we'll give you 100 million. Yes, monetary, we know the place where we're from is so important, but also there are things you back up with this whole monetary, accolades that makes it even wholesome. And that is what we saw from Ogun State, especially Ijebu-Ode, where it all went down.
Yeah, spot on. We're seeing pictures are coming from the State House. That's a presentation where she was actually named a sports ambassador for the state as well. So in addition to the token, as well as the home or the house, which she's going to get in Ijebu-Ode. Let's go straight to the State House. Let's get to listen to the main actors. That's Tobi Amusan, who's the world record holder in the 100 meters hurdles, as well as the governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun.
My mission here today is to represent every girl child out there, to let them know that anything is possible with hard work, prayer, persistence, and, having faith in God. Everything is possible. And one of the key things that I actually want to mention to you, Daddy, is every time I come home, I don't get to train here in the Ijebu-Ode Stadium because our stadium is not in the best shape at the moment, and all I have to do is stay back in Lagos and train, and I don't want to stay in Lagos because I'm not a Lagosian. So I'd likely humbly ask if you can help look into the infrastructure there in Ijebu-Ode Stadium, and I'll be glad if my little wish is being granted.
We want to use you as a point of contact for all our youths who have lost faith in what hard work, resilience, persistence, faith, diligence can achieve. As an administration, we are bestowing on you the status of the Ogun State Sports Ambassador today. That part of that will be to ensure that as you come back home, you have a home here in Ogun State. So in view of that, we're also going to be presenting to you a home in Ijebu-Ode. On top of that, we'll be giving you a small token. So we'll be donating to you the sum of 5 million naira today as well. Your remark about the fact that you like to train in Ijebu-Ode is also rightly noted.
In Sports Tonight on Channels Television. You just listened to Tobi Amusan as well as the governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, at that reception or mini reception held for the 100 meters hurdles world champion as well as a world record holder. I mean, it's just incredible that we as Nigerians are talking about a world record holder as well as a champ in track and field. For a long time, we've been waiting for this, and Tobi Amusan has made it a reality for over 250 million Nigerians.
I was pretty excited when the race started and ended, Tobi Amusan and all of that, but there was something I was casting a kind of dark cloud on the whole record. Wind headed, you know, those talks.
Spikes.
But just some days ago, WA came out and said, after checking from our technical department, they actually held down this record, and 12.06 is the new record for anybody around the world to chase in the 110 meters hurdles if you want to claim the world record. So Tobi Amusan confirmed no more animosity. She is holding down the record around the world. And I'm as excited as you and as Austin is also.
Yeah, we're all very excited. Tobi Amusan, world record holder, ratified, no doubts about it. No clock malfunction, Austin. No spike aids as well, too, just like some people were, insinuating and all of that. And what more can we say, Austin? You listened to Tobi give a special request to the governor. I thought that was very, very crucial request that Tobi has made to the Ogun State governor.
She keeps breaking record, she's my girl through and through. When she made that request, I was giving her a round of applause, because that's you telling the governor right there that without infrastructure development, we can't be this. She only left for Texas in 2015. And because she went to an environment that enabled her, today she's a world record holder. And there she was telling the governor, I'm proud to be from Ijebu-Ode. I want to train in Ijebu-Ode. I don't want to come home and I'm going to Lagos to train. You see what we're talking about? Infrastructure development. I'm glad the governor listened and said, look, we're going to do something about this. I hope he puts words to action. But Tobi right there broke another record by being bold to tell the governor that, look, and this isn't just for me. She said a story should inspire young girls. And she kept saying that, when I spoke to her after she broke the world record, she said that she wants to be an inspiration to young girls in Nigeria. When she won gold at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, she told me the same thing. So I still remember, I said this is for young girls in Nigeria. So she's been that ambassador that she wants to be, and I'm super duper proud of Tobi Amusan. I just hope that with all of this accolades she's getting, she'll be inspired, go to Paris, get on the podium.
Austin's looking ahead to the Paris 2024 Olympics.
I totally agree.
But of course, she's the one to beat.
Yes, one of our good friends, after this record, a Jamaican, she said, as of the Olympics last year, Tobi was gutted. She finished fourth. Tobi was so sad, tears everywhere. And she said, we knew Tobi can beat every one of us. We knew what she can do. And this time, she's just been vindicated by all of this. Yes, some people might say it's nothing compared to the Olympics, but sometimes you just need a momentum to build it into another. And 2 years from now, probably we'll be discussing Tobi properly in another light.
It is something, trust me.
Is.
World record, world champion,
Yes.
back-to-back Diamond League champion as well. To come on, Tobi Loba, he is definitely the one to beat her when it comes to the hurdles
Of course.
in the world, and there's no doubt about it. It's just about going to Paris and perhaps crowning it all up in a couple of years from now. So once again, congratulations to Tobi Amusan. Who's just been honored by the Ogun State government. She's now a sports ambassador. She also got a token of 5 billion naira as well as a home in Ijebu-Ode. Let's get on with the show now, and let's move on and give you updates concerning the Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua super fight, all British super fights. We're all going to be excited when it was announced that they had agreed a deal for the fight to go down on December the 3rd. Paul split was agreed, 60-40. I mean, these are the issues that typically come in the way of a big bout from happening. But then there are other issues that have to be sorted out as well. And I recall during our last conversation about this fight, I said I'm not going to get too carried away until these guys actually face off after weighing in for the bout. And it's turned out to be so, because the story right now is that fight is off. That's according to the chief negotiators of the bout. I'm talking about Eddie N, first of all. That's the quote coming from me. We're going to run through it now. We'll get the thoughts of Austin as well as you, Kenny. I mean, the fact is, huge fights like this don't get made in 2 weeks, all right? That's the reality. When two guys have commercial deals, very big ones, with different broadcasters. As far as AJ is concerned, Fury is told AJ the fight is off, and Derek Chisora has the contract. So that's another angle to this very interesting situation. Derek Chisora has got the contract. Happy to keep on talking though, but I just don't see the solution. That's coming from Eddie N, who's a boxing promoter, as well as Anthony Joshua's chief negotiator. Let's move over to the other camp, talking about George Warren, who's the son and the chief negotiator for Tyson Fury. He's trying to explain exactly what went down, and that's why we are where we are tonight. It fell down because, quite frankly, we got to a point where communication coming back from them was lacking. Them, of course, is the AJ camp. There was no ambition on their side to help me and try to keep this thing going. There we go. So that's where we are right now. AJ Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury is off. Austin, surprise, surprise? I don't think so.
Nah, last week I knew it wasn't going to happen, because the way Fury was making those demands, and today we hear he wants to fight Chad, the next day we're hearing he wants to fight Derek Chisora. If you want to fight Anthony Joshua, stay focused and talk to his team so that they can get his fight, done. I'm sure he sat back and realized that, this is such a huge offer he was putting on the table for Anthony Joshua, so he needed to reflect, he needed to, take a sidestep and see if he can do some mind games, and that was what we're seeing last week till now that this deal has been called off. But I would like to say it, I've been on Talk Sports and some sports media in the UK, and we still want to see this fight. We need to know who the king of the Britannia is. We still believe that this fight will be arguably the biggest heavyweight bout in the United Kingdom and to an extent the world, so, but it's just up to Tyson Fury. Maybe he just thought about it that right after that fight, Alexander Usyk was getting all the publicity and he needed to get into the media, and then he threw that offer to Anthony Joshua. Again, another angle that some of my boxing sources are saying is that mentally Anthony Joshua isn't even fully ready to fight Tyson Fury, because it's not the sort of fight you run into, because if you lose it, it's practically your world crashing. So let him fight Derek Chisora, and let's see what can come up for Anthony Joshua. and maybe someday, who knows, we're going to see that fight, maybe after unification bout with Usyk. But boxing fans in the United Kingdom really wanted this fight to happen, but typical Tyson Fury. He baked the cake without icing on it, and here we are.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame if this fight doesn't happen, Kenny. This is the second time, right? The first time out, we weren't close to this at all. Yes. But the second time, I mean, a lot of
dates and all.
Dates and purse splits. Yeah. You know, according to Tyson Fury's camp, they've actually given Anthony Joshua everything that he's asked for.
Humanly possible.
But apparently that's not the case, because if that was the case, this fight will be made, sealed, signed, and delivered. But here we are again.
Here we are again. Firstly, Anthony Joshua, I can remember that his first tweet after this pronouncement was made. He said, "I'm not here for the media clout. Yeah. All I want is proper or official, sitting or whatever. Let's make it proper. And let's get this done." That is a man who wants to do this, but he wants the proper channels being met. For for Tyson Fury, we know him. He doesn't even, wait for his negotiator. He comes online, say a whole lot. Yeah. I can remember that Monday where he was talking about the fight is off. The afternoon, his negotiator was saying something else, saying iron at the end was still intact and all of that. But the angle I want to bring out from the Anthony Joshua camp is something Austin had already pointed out. Psychologically, maybe he's not ready.
Perhaps.
But I'm looking at Joshua. Where are you going from this? Is there going to be a trilogy with Usyk? Are you going to fight the likes of Dillian White, Chisora, Joe Joyce, all these names?
Yeah, there are options.
There are options Joshua, for you to get back to the Anthony Joshua who had belts with him. How far will you go with this? Because, see, this route is looking way longer. But I understand the psychological, angle where you rush into fights like this. Everybody knows, at least putting it on the table. Tyson Fury, I've got a hedge over Joshua. So you don't rush into fight. Like, you must ask your soul, your mind, your brain, your body, that are you all ready for this fight before you get, to dot the lines and then sign the papers. But I'm looking at taking the route of Usyk, Chisora, Dillian White, all of this before you get back to having belt again. I don't know. This looks a little messy from the side of Joshua rather than the side of Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I mean, for Anthony Joshua, this is a great opportunity for him to
get back to prominence.
Get back into the mix. After losing world title fights back-to-back. But unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to happen, at least for now, for December the 3rd, which was the original date that has been muted all along. But according to Eddie Hearn, he says it still remains open to further talks. But for December the 3rd, it's very, very unlikely we're going to see Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury in the ring. All right, we need to go on a break now. When we come back, we're going to be focusing on what went down on Friday in Benin City, where the NFF elections went down. Welcome back to Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Time to turn our attention to the NFF elective congress that went down on Friday in Benin City, where Ibrahim Musa Gusau was, not pronounced, he actually emerged as the new NFF president. He's going to be taking over from Amaju Pinnick and running the affairs of Nigerian football for the next 4 years. Hopefully, there are no issues or obstacles in his way. Austin and Kenny, of course, can't wait to talk about this. But before then, let's talk about the members of the NFF Executive Committee. We have them now, the elections that went down as well, too, starting with the president himself, Ibrahim Gusau. There's also Felix Anyaseagu, who was the first vice president. Yusuf Ahmed is the chairman of chairmen. Very interesting. Margaret Ichin is a member from the North Central Zone. There's also Babagana Kali from the Northeast Zone. Timothy Herman from the Northeast Zone as well, while we have Sunday Dele Ajayi from the Southwest Zone. Ganil Majakodumi is from the Southwest Zone as well, while Essien Udorfort is from the South-South, as well as Aisha Falode, who's also from the South-South. So that's the EXCO committee these guys are going to be taking very crucial decisions when it comes to Nigerian football in the next 4 years. Kenny?
I think for me, one of the joy I've got is the fact that I don't know of aggrieved parties, but I'm talking of on the day. I think it seemed free and fair. The election went well.
No complaints.
No complaints. Yes, Peter's side, heard his, fears and all of that. Said, I do not agree with this, and they went for a rerun. And 40 votes, 41 votes, one was invalid, 40 valid. And then Ibrahim Musa Gusau had 39. He had one, which confirmed it. And congratulations, was spread around. Now, Ibrahim Musa Gusau is the, NFL president. The end of an era. Talking about Melvin Amadio-Pinnick starts a new era for Ibrahim Gusau. Now, where do we go
where do we go?
What's few days after the man said he wants to win trophies? I love the fact that, yes, you want to win trophies and all of that. But coming from where we are coming from, I'm talking of reporters, fans out there, one of the things we want to hear is how things will be done. And I think that will get me more than telling me that is the end point. End point is winning trophies. Yeah. How will we get to move the road to the point where we win trophies? But I'm happy that this went well on Friday and we're here right now. Interesting
that you've talked about the process to get into win trophies. That's exactly what Ibrahim Gusau has been talking about. Austin is champion at the beats to talk about this as well. But first of all, Austin, I'd like to ask you, were you surprised by the outcome? First round, going to Ibrahim Gusau, way more votes than Sheyi Akiwumi, who a lot of watchers actually thought was going to win that particular election.
And that's why with the NFF elections, you just can't point and say this person is going to win or it will go in the direction of that person. Was I surprised? No, because I know the inner workings of the Nigeria Football Federation. When you hold the position of chairman of chairman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Ibrahim Gusau had that position, and majority of the Congress are the state FA chairman.
Yeah.
So he already had this thing going, and to an extent had shown loyalty to the outgoing president, Amadio-Pinnick. And with my investigations, I could tell that Amadio-Pinnick was, to an extent, rooting for him to, take over. Yes, Sheyi Akiwumi, and then came up Shehu Diko's, then came up, but they know that with those state FA chairmen, you never say never, and that's what we saw on the day. No surprises, it's just up to him now to prove to us that he merits those votes and then don't disappoint, because as it is now, football in Nigeria is wounded. We want the cure quickly, so when you come and you start saying that you want to win trophies, you better win trophies, because that's what Nigerian football fans want. The one result. They just talked about the processes. I think now they've gone beyond that. Anytime the Super Eagles is playing now, people just want wins. Whenever the Super Falcons file out, they want wins. And I think that's what Ibrahim Gusau is trying to do to, get into the job properly. Tayo, let's tell our viewers that on Thursday, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have the new NFF president on this show. So keep a date with us. He has confirmed. So new NFF president, Ibrahim Musa Gusau. We've told our viewers we're going to have you on Thursday. Let's have that conversation. What are his long-term goals for football development in Nigeria? What plans does he have, particularly to take Nigeria out of the states that we are as regards to our football? You know what? He was in Zamfara today. He's a busy man already, and he's been talking. Tell, let's listen to him. We'll come back. We'll jump on reactions from him.
Well, I must say I feel highly delighted to be at home. As you can see right from Talata Mapara, how people have come out to receive me, which makes me to be highly emotional. I don't even know what to say. But I thank Almighty God for showing this day to me that I have gone for this battle, we won it, and I'm back home. Well, my administration is we are going to do everything possible to make sure that we unite our people, to ensure that we get success, because that is what Nigerians want. And we have no any option other than to do what we are supposed to do in order to deliver for Nigerians. Well, my message to them is let them come and let us join hands together and see how we are going to move the game of football forward.
Ibrahim Gusau. He's from Zamfara. He was in Gusau today, you know. So, Kehinde, I like his optimism already. I'm feeling the vibes. You're super confident that he can, you know, get on to winning ways right away?
Yes, I'm super confident, you know, before the elections, going through the CV of the candidates and all of that. And then after he emerged, further investigations, this man is an absolute administrator. Go back to everything he had done right there in Zamfara, and you understand this that I'm saying. He's not just a sports person true and true. Yes, we want somebody that is sports true and true, but we want also a proper administrator, because this position is not just for somebody who is all about sport. It's majorly for somebody who is a thorough administrator, who knows how to dish out, orders, and also get people to do his bidding as long as they are very sincere. And this man had done that for years. Advisor, senior special advisor to the governor at some point. So you understand where he is coming from. And then you talked about being chairman of chairmen. This is you, being the head spokesperson of all FA chairmen around the country. And he had done that so well. Hardly have I had anybody, I don't know, probably now that he's emerged as president, but hardly have I heard anybody talk about him in ill faith. I've heard good things being said about him, even before the election and after the election. And he's also talked about as a proper gentleman. I think I want to see that also. But that administrative angle for me, I am so happy about it. And I'm looking at his wingman, the first vice president, Felix Anyansi-Agu. I think one of the things you always pray for, wish for, hope for, is the fact that when it comes to elections, because in this case of first vice president, you don't have the chance to unpick who you want. You chill and wait for how the elections gets to pan out. And the election, brought Felix Anyansi-Agu. I think he's got a fantastic person to work with. I mean, day to day, you work with your vice even more. Then look at the members. I think he's got a fantastic team. If every sincerity is brought on the table and Nigerian football is put right as the front burner.
Indeed, you're spot on. And Austin, he's also talked about uniting the football family, the stakeholders and all of that. You wonder if the National Association of Nigerian Professional Footballers are part of that family he's talking about.
Most likely, but I don't think they want to be part of that group that he's talking about. The drama is never ending, because Harrison Jala and his team, they've come out to say, look, that election was a sham, we're not part of it. They said that people should calm down, they're going to look into it and all of that, but come on, it is what it is. Let's just find a way to, let peace reign and find how we can start, developing football in Nigeria. Not just even the other group inside the NFF. There's need for peace. People need to accept this result. That's why I just want to give a big shout out to Barrister Seyi Akiwumi. Great show of sportsmanship he showed right there in Benin City during the election. Perfect gentleman. When he pulled out, went to Ibrahim Gusau, congratulated him, and rallied for people to even vote some other candidates that he thought were good enough to get into the position. And I think that's what we should eschew as sports person. The spirit of sportsmanship should always show in everything that we do. So to all the aggrieved members, yes, it's important that he finds a way to bring the out group into the in group so that we can all work together for the good of football development in Nigeria. Out group and in group.
You're spot on, Austin. Everyone has got to be one, and interestingly, it's very silent from the ministry angle so far. Nothing. I don't know what are your sources telling you, because I imagine eventually they're going to speak about this.
They will definitely. The ministry, one way or the other, needs to come, and find a way to accept this. Right now, they just have some internal battle with the Secretary General, Sanusimwa. So they've described him as a persona non grata, and you could tell that some people aren't really pleased with everything that is happening. But it is what it is. The moment you agreed to be part of FIFA, you need to respect the statute that governs FIFA, you know. So, yes, people will come out, it's the ministry, the federal government that supports football. When you need money, you go to them. But the status of FIFA that, you know, governs the affairs of football, and this is what it is. FIFA's observers were right there in Benin City. They saw the electoral process. They gave it thumbs up, and a new president has emerged. Eventually, the ministry would definitely, you know, see reasons to, you know, work with them. And I think I like the group. When you look at the executive committee, you know, Felix Ayase comes with a lot of league football experience. When you take a look at, for instance, people that are even returning, Magic Kudumi, for instance, from the Southwest, you know, and Aisha Falode just getting into the board also. I think it's a board that will, you know, achieve something if they work together, if they have a unity of purpose, if we don't have all of these distractions, you know, here and there, if people are not aggrieved and just, you know, forget about this fight for the soul of football and just, you know, do the things that we need to do to take our football to where it should be.
You know, sports and Austin is all about being selfless. It's all about the game, nothing else. The game should be first over any other party or any other situation. Let's get on with the show. Let's segue into another type of football now, but this time around we're going to be talking about futsal. Futsal is recognized by FIFA. Is a five-a-side football played on hard courts. And surprise, surprise, we've got a Premier League in Nigeria. You see pictures coming from the Five Stars Premier League national finals that went down in Ibadan over the weekend, where 12-strong FC defeated Snow Lions of Lagos 2-1 to emerge champions of that particular competition. Hassan Lawrence and Sadiq Saleh got the goals for 12-strong, while Emmanuel Akambi got the goal, which turned out to be a consolation for Snow Lions. The champions of the five-a-side futsal event also won 1.5 million naira. The league is now going to expand to Delta next season. What do you make about futsal? Of course, it's football. Me and you, I think we played something similar when we were growing up. Five-a-side, you know, not exactly like this, but it's very, very similar. That's the point. There's great potential, surely.
One of the things you look forward to when you're watching a futsal match or you hear of a futsal match is the skill show.
Show.
It's like street basketball.
Skill on show.
If you're not skillful, please don't come to a futsal competition. You see the back heels, you know, the flips and all of that. And then following sports tonight, we talked about this league when it was about to start. I can remember, you know, some weeks ago that this is about to start and all of that. Just follow up. And now we're talking of champion. And this is how everything starts. Every big thing around the world. The World Cup was celebrating today. Started as, you know, as a community something. When I mean community, I mean few countries came together. Started. And then today, it's properly a global, you know, brand. And that is what we just started. Beauty. This is the first edition, and it's this way. And like you said, Delta were moving next, and it will continue to grow like that. And before you know it, as much as we're looking forward to probably the Super Eagles playing, we'll be talking about the Futsal team. Like we also, you know, look forward to the Sand Eagles gets to play. This is how it is done around the world. Open up the opportunities for sports boys and girls. I don't even mean men and women, because that is the point. You tap them, you get them. Open it up for them, and everybody keys into what is comfortable for them. Some will love the indoor, some will love the outdoor, which is the 11 on the pitch and all of that. And then we'll get our stars. So just open it up, bring opportunities to the young ones, and they'll just key into whatever they can do. So fantastic initiative. The league has started. We're looking forward to the next one.
We're looking forward to the next one. Austin, I mean, this is a private initiative. It must be lauded and commended. But on a national level, surely the potential is out there. We see it all the time. Every corner, you see guys playing this five-a-side football. And talking about the potential, this could actually be considered a tool for developing even the conventional football itself, because it requires a lot of skill to play in very tight spaces. And if you can start to get these guys at this stage, who knows what they're going to turn out to be in future.
I totally agree with you 100%. I remember covering the World Cup in 2014. I visited the football museum in Sao Paulo, and they say if you miss out of the main national team, try futsal. If you miss out of futsal, try beach soccer. If you miss out of beach soccer, try street soccer. Right. You see, they're just trying to tell you that there's so much you can do if you've got skills to play football. And I'm super excited that we're beginning to take what we used to call on the street monkey post.
Right, right.
Now making it look, it's actually mocking post.
Yeah, but we get it.
Street Christian did monkey post, you know, and we all played it, you know, growing up in Festac Town. I remember that was our own football. So it's good to see futsal, you know, getting the sort of attention that it's getting. You've spoken about it. Candy said something. I've talked about it. Let's listen to the people who are involved in this competition.
Very, very beautiful. Honestly, we came all the way from Abuja and we came to Ibadan. We played 10 games. This is our 11th one. It is a team already. We are going to keep doing what we do, what we have always done. The team has been existing for over a decade, and we are just going to keep pushing and doing what we do.
Very, very happy. I'm very excited. It shows that I should keep fighting. I should keep, training hard to win more of this. I've been playing 5-a-side for years now, so I thank God it has brought me this far. So I'm very, very happy about it. The thing is, every other team that has participated in this tournament, they are very good. It's just that in every season, there's always someone's turn. So and I believe this is my turn. So they shouldn't stop fighting. They should keep training hard, keep praying, and continue the good work that they have started.
Well, it's a fantastic one, and this is the kind of that we need in Nigeria. I mean, for our youth and to engage our players. We have talents in Nigeria, and this kind of tournament is how to detect the talents and develop them. I mean, there's nothing like sports. Sports is life, and everything, and sports is business too, and all that. So if all companies and are investing in sports in kind of sponsorship, it's going to be a great one, and the sport ecosystem we're going to have a lot of opportunities for Nigerians, for our youths, and a lot of employment and all that. So it's very, very important, and that all companies they invest in sports.
We believe that this is a growth when it comes to grassroots football development in Nigeria. And as you can see today, everybody came around, everybody came out to support the cause. Everybody, different people came out. So I believe this is where the journey begins, from the grassroots, and we are taking them to the next level. I can tell you for free that this is an automatic archery for, whether it's the Super Eagles, whether it's the Golden Eagles, the junior category. So this is an automatic place where people can really get talent and then see how these talents can encourage other upcoming football players to have more courage to want to do great exploits in the country.
Totally agree with you, superstar. That's a good avenue to, nurture and keep talent discovery going. Tayo, another good one for grassroots football development. Yeah,
you're spot on, Austin. And some of those guys, we should definitely keep a close eye on them, and let's see what they're going to amount in future. What is certain is they've got the skill, they've got the technique to play futsal. So, yeah, who knows? They might just be taking it to 11-a-side football as well. So it's still football next on the menu, but this time around, let's talk about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They're in Kobe, Japan for the international friendly against the 2011 world champions as they get ready. They continue to ramp up preparations for the World Cup next year. And it has to be said that the Falcons have not been lacking in preparation in terms of matches for the World Cup. Credit to the NFF for ensuring that they're getting these very important games just to prepare them. They played 2 games against the USA just a couple of months ago. Yeah, they didn't win it, but it was a great experience for them. And yeah, great build-up. And Japan, of course, is going to be another massive test.
Another massive test. Right now, 13th in the world. 2011, they were champions. In the last 2 games we played before this time, they won. Though we won the first game we ever made, which was 2004, Athens Olympics, where the Super Falcons edged them 1-0. So this
edged us.
No, we edged them then. But after then, it's been a good story for Japan. But we're talking of the build-up now. After the USA game, both legs, one of the worries we have on this show, especially Austin, I'm sure we'll be smiling right there, is the coach, Randall Waldron.
Oh,
are you picking what we call, mistakes or wrongs from this game so that we don't make those same mistakes when the World Cup starts? Are you seeing that? Because if we
have you seen anything to suggest otherwise?
I think probably the selections, the setup, the technical input from the from the dugouts, from the bench, talking about the coaching is one thing we can question every day. Although I still leave it at the fact that I still don't see it that bad. But when you have colleagues, especially who are critics of the game, are seeing those and they are bringing it to you, you can't help but to also critically look into issues.
No, you can't ignore these things.
You can't ignore. Yeah, and then if we see the same mistakes made against the US, against the Japanese team, then we have worries. The World Cup is just around the corner and we're meeting the same crop when the World Cup gets to start. But for the NFF, I think these are times we need to bring out our hands and thumbs up, everything they are doing. These are good build-up games to a World Cup because top teams, USA, Japan, then you should be super ready after playing these teams, for the World Cup. You should be.
So that's what we hope for Nigeria as they get ready for the World Cup. Let's take a listen to one of the players who's made a trip to Japan. I'm talking about Esther Onyenizide from the Falconets. She's now taken a step up to the Super Falcons, and she's been talking about her experience so far.
I got the first invitation. I went to play in the USA, but I didn't play the first leg and the second leg. They were so lovely. They took me as their own. They didn't treat me because I came from the under-20. They treat me as one of them. I came to learn, and I've come to gain some experience. I know I can't say if this is not my time, but when my time comes to play in every match there, I'll put in everything I have.
As Esther Onyenizide embracing the learning process of playing for the Super Falcons of Nigeria after playing for the Falconets at the last World Cup. Austin, the Falconets didn't go all the way to win that competition, but we saw some players that we thought at the time would go on to play for the Falcons, and Esther is just one of them. There's also Sebastian Flourish as well as Deborah Abiodun.
That's right. I think there's also in Mohan, or what's the name again? The captain that showed good promise. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Development, transition. Players shouldn't do so well at age grade, and then we start asking when they're going to make it to the senior team. But my problem with Waldron is how to use these players. I've always said it that he doesn't know his players, but he did a pretty good job with the last friendly with the United States of America.
I thought so
that 2-1. Yeah, I'm sure he's been watching me and saying, what can I do to stop Austin from talking to me this way? So he played players according to their strengths. And when Uche Nakanu came on, you could see that she complemented a lot of things. Scored a beautiful goal. If not for that, the United States team, they were fortunate to win that 1-2 He needs to know his team more. He needs to understand his team. As a coach, tactically, you must be sound. You should be able to look at your bench and say, this person will come turns around. That's what I want him to do. Not what we saw at the WAFCON. Now you've been playing quality friendlies. let the objective of these friendlies be achieved. If we play the United States of America, even if we don't win, let's see how Inezide can fit into this team. Let's see how Deborah can fit into this team. Let's see how we play without Asisa Roshola and the other big girls. Now we're about to go and play Japan. Let's see how we can become stronger. Defense. You know, let's see how we can build on our execution. Don't just go out there and say you're playing these top teams because you know that if you lose, Nigerians will accept it that they were a better side. No, we want to see purpose, you know. We want to see that you know what you're doing because you are preparing for the World Cup.
Indeed, Austin, I think you said it all as well too. Same with you, Kenny. It's safe to say that the jury is definitely still out on Coach Randy Waldrum as the Super Falcons gaffer. Let's leave the Falcons, and of course we're going to talk about that game, a proper preview on Thursday when they'll take on Japan in the international friendly. Before we go on the show, let's give you results of the games that went down in the UEFA Champions League. Before we came on air, we saw 2 games that were completed. Bayern, of course, are laying down the marker in their group with a 5-0 thrashing of Victoria Pilsen. They've got 9 points out of 3 games, so of course it's safe to say they will be going into the next round. Olympique Marseille defeated Sporting Lisbon by 4-1. What a shame for the fans. Okay, Tuesday, the games are still on. Yeah, live games. Ajax scored first against Napoli, but somehow they've capitulated 6-1. That's a live score coming from the Amsterdam Arena. Liverpool 2-0 over Rangers. They're back to winning ways after that disappointing draw against Brighton. Over the weekend, Club Brugge 2-0 over Atletico Madrid. That's a very impressive win for Club Brugge as well. So those are the other live results. These games are all rounding up at the moment. But unfortunately, this is where we're going to have to anchor. This is where the show is going to have to end. Kenny, I want to thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
It's always lovely being here. Lovely topics also.
I know. Unfortunately, you know how time flies when we're having fun. We've got to go. Austin?
We got to go. We'll be back again. But until then, in everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right. Bye for me as well. So enjoy the rest of your night.